Good morning, everybody. I will not talk any keynote per se. I will talk very basic things because finally the basics only gives you the desired output. In case of AI also, we feel we have to work on the basics. And first basic is it should be known to all in the industry. So like in a BEL, like when we joined, we were of electronics or mechanical background, engineers were there. At that time, the basic thing was C language. Because everybody knew this C language is going to transform our way of working in industry. And that's why it was made mandatory for all of us to go for 5 days at least training on C. Whether it is any branch fellow is there while joining after that. And we used it. Whether we are an electronics engineer, whether I am doing FPGA coding or I am designing some RF, directly, indirectly C influenced us. Time has come for the same for this AI ML. So this AI and ML language, if it is understood or basics of this is understood by each and every engineer in the organization, then only the real impact of AI will be felt. Because finally AI is to be used across the domain. It is not to develop only some tools or using those tools providing some solutions. It is much beyond. It is for each and every aspect of business operation, how AI is going to be used. And not only used within the organization, how to develop tools and solutions which will to be used by our end customers. So end solutions, whatsoever we are developing, like we are developing radars, communication radios, C4I solutions, sonars. Now everywhere, how to add AI, how to give the extra value addition, because finally user is interested in that. And it is not across again some one or two domains. It is across all products and technologies which we are giving or delivering products. We should have AI. Now for that, first and foremost is giving awareness training to all our engineers. So we started, in BEL also we started, all our R&D engineers are right now exposed to AI ML basic course. A few are definitely given much more advanced things. Like we are even recruitment itself, we are seeing, oh, AI and data science is there. That fellow is picked up a bit more. Like I am Professor Saab also told. We just take those type of fellow, a bit more chance of employment is there. A fellow who knows this. Because it is the next buzzword, everybody should know. And if somebody comes as in-tech level itself with this type of awareness, efforts of the organization is a bit less on him. So we prefer that. Of course, if somebody has come with reasonable level only, we have to send them for advanced trainings. So many IITs, DIIT, so many places are there now who are giving advanced trainings on AI. So whether it is a 3 months course, 6 months course or a MTech program. So we have to send that. We are sending at BEL also. So that has to be done for a group of scientists or engineers who will really develop those tools. So really advanced training is required for them. But the basic training is required for all. A fellow who is designing a radar, if he also understands what AI is for him, then only he can develop something. So this domain knowledge merged with the technology, that is very much required for this. And for this, first and foremost is awareness. Second is now infrastructure. We have to create the infrastructure for that. And here the real infrastructure is high-end GPU-based servers available to each and every R&D engineer at least to start with. Actually, finally, it should not be only R&D engineer. It is for the finance guy also. It is for my HR guys also. They should have that access. Because you should have high performance engines available to you. Typically, they are GPU-based engines. And especially in defense, we can't trust so-called internet. So all the research, all the development, all the processes are done on intranet. So I don't have a luxury of direct chat GPT. But we have loaded those models in our intranet. And for that, we require a very, very high-end servers. We have invested heavily on that. It looks sometimes ridiculous. In 2018, when we started our AI-related mission for defense, the first thing our government also told, firstly, you come out with budget for this AI in defense. Get it approved from your board. And let me tell you, at that time, board did not know about AI. Frankly, in defense, what they are going to do? Why? What is this training? What is the extra investment required? But our ministry told, no, you have to come out. We had come out with our own workshop, our own roadmap, approved by our board. That this much investment I have to do, I will do. Commitment is given by us for that. That, then servers, then training, then projects, AI-based projects. Total roadmap for next 5 years was made by us. And at that time, many of within BEL also were thinking, this roadmap really will work or not. As it was told by previous speaker, we always think, no, this is not going to happen. But the technology changes so fast that within 2 years we found what sort of budget we had planned. It is too less. Even one good high-end server is 20 crore, 30 crore rupee. If you have to invest on that, we started with 5 crore budget for one high-end GPU server, and that we installed at one place. Then we found one place is not sufficient. I have to have at least 10 places because accessibility. And now all the time server is used for training purposes only. If I don't give that type of a free access to my own young engineers and scientists, I can't exploit this tool. So that is very much important, that you should have a high-end server. The third and most important in defense especially is data. We don't get data because data is secret. Nobody can share directly the data to us, including our own defense forces. They can't share so easily. Even that requires so much approvals even for sharing to a defense company like us. Forget about private, I can tell you. It is very, very difficult for any startup or others to work on defense, mainly because of accessibility to data. And until data is there, you can't train anything. And until you train, you can't give a solution. So it is like a chicken and egg. Experts are there. Now we know. We have developed our own in-house strengths, but we know much more is available in the startup community. In Bangalore, though, you know, each and everybody, at least I don't know how many numbers of startups are there in Bangalore. So until you tap that potential of startups also, along with your own in-house strengths, you can't deliver a good product. So we thought, let us create this type of incubation centers also, where our user and startups can sit together at common place and then develop some solutions, where user is mainly critical for two things: accessibility of data, and second thing is, finally, once I have made a product or solution, it has to be sold, because finally we are a business entity. Our startup also is not just for the development. He wants a business finally out of it. So that again the user reps positioned there can do. So we have come out with that concept of incubation center for AI. For Army and Navy, it is successfully running. For Air Force also, we wanted to create so that all the three forces can work together and develop something really great, which can be scaled across. So this type of framework very much required. One more interesting thing, with that I will try to close my talk. AI maturity model. Now every industry, especially like PSU, every PSU also is talking about AI. But how much mature they are? Have they made a solution based on the elementary expert rules, or they have really used the AI tools? How effectively, how much they have trained their data, whether the solution which they have made is really state of the art? Unfortunately, that type of a tool we did not find. Again, to be used on intranet type of domain, not on internet. So we have developed that type of a tool also. That tool, with asking some questions, etc., that will assess organizational level awareness of AI and give them ranking. How much mature the organization is from AI perspective. And then about the product or solution. This product or solution is really can be termed as a real AI, and what score out of 1 to 10, let us say, whether it scores 8 or 9 or it is still 2 or 3. Because once it is a new technology, everybody will talk, yeah, my solution is AI based. How much AI? We don't know. And then we have to compare apple to orange sometimes. So that, then our ministry told, no, you would come out. We took help of academia, of course, and come out with that type of AI maturity model assessment tool. That tool will give, then only you will come to know, like every organization will come to know where they stand in this journey of AI. Because until you know where you are, you can't improve. You think you are great, but actually you have used very elementary AI tool and claiming that you are a great industry. So that also should not be there. So these type of things, adding security to AI framework, adding how to see that the data which is there is not biased data, so that the solution what you are making is really secure and trustworthy. So those are the challenges which as a defense industry we are looking at. Academia looks at differently. Industry startups look at differently. We as industry looks at these type of awareness or these type of challenges, and it is our duty at industry to see that we provide best solution and framework, working really in a collaborative way with all others. Because until we work in a collaborative way, this type of a new technology cannot be delivered so fast to our end users. Otherwise, as typically it was taking, any new technology comes, it was taking 15 to 20 years to finally go to our end defense users, typically for a great technology, because it's a different cycle time. But this type of technology cannot wait for that type of a time. We had thought of within 5 years, this type of technology should go to my end users. And let me tell you, in 2018-19, the roadmap was created. And by 2024, even from BEL also, we have delivered AI-based products to our defense forces, or they are using. So the total cycle time planned was 5 years. That within 5 years, at least first use of AI is felt by my end users also. Good framework is done. So in defense itself, there is a lot of challenges. That is our duty jointly to solve those challenges, provide that type of infrastructure, that type of a ecosystem for each and everybody, each and every startup and industry to work together along with our users. Because in defense, until user owns, nothing can happen. Let me tell you, even like if BEL owns, it will not happen. BEL plus Army or Navy or Air Force owns a concept, then only. The first thing in defense was making awareness for users. So it started with making awareness for users, then making awareness for industry, and then only this type of ecosystem which has developed reasonably good, I can tell you. It is reasonably good. All DPSUs knows, and we have come out with our own use cases, and that is monitored very, very closely by our defense ministry. And that way only in last 5 years, we have seen where we were and where now we are. Now we are talking about 50 crore worth of a data center or a GPU server. And my board immediately sanctions also. So in last 5 years, we have seen lot of awareness has happened across echelons, and that is helping us. And time has come where each and every product which we are selling out should have an AI component. We have planned that, but again, what level of maturity that AI component is, until that is critically evaluated, we may not give a real AI-based experience to our end users. And you have seen in the recent wars and others also how AI is effective tool for a decision support system. Actually, there also I was shocked. The basic decision support system, use of AI is very, very less. It is there basically in the sensors. Any sensor, whether it is defense or non-defense sensor data comes, there you are putting real AI-based tools. But finally, that tool, AI-based tool at the input level is okay. But am I using it for decision support? Means when all data is available and I have to now mimic the real expert system of the human mind. In that type of a decision support system, I feel still not much research is done. Because I was told even not many research papers are available for decision support system, which actually will finally replace human mind for defense applications, or C4I applications. So we are also in phases doing. So firstly, we have again started with all the sensor level only AI addition and analysis and other things. But in the DSS, that is a journey which we are doing now jointly with our defense forces. So a lot of challenging things are there. Main thing is this type of technology should be understood by each and everybody in the organization. And then only it can create real impact within organization and by delivering products which will finally goes to the end users and impact them. That is in brief I wanted to tell you. Thank you. Thank you.
I can ask one question. There are many startups here today. How can they participate in your incubation center?
Firstly, any startup can approach BEL. All we have for the startups, they can come through collaborative R&D mode. They can come through IDEX mode. The IDEX itself is an initiative of Ministry of Defense, where BEL and HAL are the key main stakeholders. So IDEX challenges are there. And third one, which I have told you, this incubation center. So AI incubation center, which we have created, so many startups are already engaged there. And that is working 5 days a week, maybe 6 days a week, I am not fully sure. And there, our reps and our defense forces officers are sitting, and startups can come, discuss with them, and come out with a framework, and then we can give very, very quick way of how to use the startup potential. So these are the 2 or 3 ways by which we are interacting with the startups. We are working with many of the startups. And one more innovative way which I found is, why not they come through academia path? Like in academia also there are incubation centers, and those incubation centers, the startups can work through academia and then come to industry. Actually, we have much more flexibility to work with academia than with the startups because of so-called L1 or due diligence about the company. But with academia, there is no due diligence required. Like IIT or IIM, naam hi kafi hai. So with that, even we can work with that also. We have seen many of the startups have come and front-ended by academia. So that is also one more method which we are exploiting.
Familiar with that method, having been into Sarabhati. So great, great insights. Thank you for coming today.